Morning, everybody. It is so good to
Morning,
see
Carol.
everybody,
Morning, Joanne.
How are
Morning.
you all? It's good to see you. Okay.
Good. Nice to be here again.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. I love Saturdays live. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
So, want to thank our YouTube audience for joining us this morning in the sacred energy of Circle. And today you're going to be able to watch our evidential mediums as they connect with people who have crossed over to the other side and deliver messages from those people. And our hope is that by watching our mediums at work, you'll come to understand that the loved ones that you may have lost are in fact still with you. So please join us as we open with a prayer. Holy Father, Mother God, thank you for allowing us to come together today in service of spirit. Please help us to open all of our senses, physical and spiritual, so that we can receive your messages without interference from our own minds. We humbly ask that you make this circle an uplifting and joyous experience for everyone in attendance. Please ask the spirits who recognize the voices in this room to join us this morning so that we will know that they watch over us, love us, and protect us still. And please allow us to deliver the information presented by Spirit with grace and compassion, in complete trust and respect of your infinite wisdom. Amen. All right, and we got a small group today, so I think that we could probably do, how about 20 minutes, and you can either do two short ones or one long one, whatever, or, whatever you want. So 20-minute max, okay? Let's leave it at that. I can't hear you, Tammy. You're muted.
Just grabbing water. I forgot that. I
Yes,
felt it because
absolutely.
my
Yep,
throat.
go ahead. Go ahead. There we go. I'm going to set a clock up. Timer. And we'll put this at 20 minutes. Okay. And whenever anybody gets a link, just hop on in there.
I think I did. And I had
Go, Joanne. All
Tamara,
right.
Tamara
Thank
had to
you.
get her water. And I think I'm with you, Tamara. Okay.
I didn't remember the water until my throat was suddenly needing it.
Um, okay. I know, but I'm going to have for the audience's sake, I know this was your husband. He's coming in and he's dressed, he was always put together, but it's something about the scarf. He has a scarf around his neck and he's so excited about the season, like really excited about the winter season. It's like his, um, yeah, like some people are summer people, spring people. He really enjoys winter. And I just want to say this and preface this that we work with one another, and I'm always asking Spirit to give new evidence. But I'm going to give an old evidence because we know this is, I feel like he loves to ski, and he's like this season, he's so excited about the season. Would you understand this around here? He gets
Yeah, oh
so
yeah.
excited
Oh
about the
yes.
winter season.
Yes.
Okay, okay, I have to say that. And I'm trying to like, have for him to give me new information, but um, hmm. He is sharing with me that he had ski season passes. Would you understand that?
Yes, I would.
Yeah. And I'm hearing a name. I'm thinking, where is that? But I'm trying not to get in my head. Uh L- Lake Champlain, something.
I understand that, but not for skiing.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Thank, thank God. So I'm glad I'm trusting I'm
Yep.
just saying. And um oh, oh, hmm. Okay, so he's now bringing me to an image of a hospital room, but this is with your daughter. This is your middle daughter. And hmm, you holding, I don't even know if this is, anyway, you holding, I'm getting my mind, you're holding your granddaughter? Would you understand granddaughter?
I would.
Okay. And in that moment of you holding it, he's like standing right behind you. It's that moment, it just brings tears to my eyes. It's those moments that it's like, I wish you were here to experience this. And he is there. I'm getting chills. He's like, as you're coupling your grandchild, he is there behind you, holding you along. It's just making me so tearful.
Aw.
And he is holding embracing you behind you as you're holding this beautiful child, and it's making me very emotional. Um, it's those bittersweet moments that uh, that he finds he's definitely there more often in those moments, those joys, the pure joy, but it was like bittersweet of just a tinge of bittersweet, like wanting him to experience that with you. And he's now showing me, I think they're really like signs that you saw that he was there, and how he showed it to me was like a butterfly fluttering. I don't know what your signs are, but I feel he's showing me a butterfly. Hmm. And he's showing me another sign. Um, I feel like in the sky, like a shooting star. He showed me. I don't know if it like a shooting star. Would you understand this, Tamara? I don't want. This is what he.
Um, I think these might be things that I need to be looking for.
Okay.
And
Okay. Thank you.
I can understand. Actually, I'm understanding the shooting star sign.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
He's sharing with me that he's there every step of the way. And I feel he's more present now and stronger. There's a sense of stronger connection with him now. It's unusual. People would say, well, how is that possible? But we have that, especially when we're mediums, we have a stronger connection with our loved ones. And I feel that you have that stronger connection with him now than you had when he was living. Would you understand that, Tamara?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. And um, he's bringing me to your youngest daughter. Does she have dark hair? Your youngest daughter?
Yes.
Thank you. And he says
I
there's
mean,
a
it's not like black or anything, but it's
no, but
yes,
darker
darker.
hair.
Yes.
Because I see the
Yeah.
blonde, and I only see like
Darker.
just
Yeah.
showing me that. I'm not even getting like what she looks like. But there's a milestone. I feel like there's a major milestone like she's experiencing right now. Would you understand that? I heard milestone.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they're and he's sharing me like there could be a like a fork in the road, like just but it's deciding where to go. That's what he showed me. Like there could be a fork in the road and understanding where to go. But just to reassure her that no matter what decision she makes, she's always going in the right path, because we're always veered back to where we need to go. Um, and I feel that your children really take in your as a mother, he appreciates, I just feel like the appreciation of you being a mother and always being there to guide them. And I feel that your children listen to your guidance, even though sometimes we don't feel that as parents, but they do take it. Like they listen.
That's encouraging to hear.
It's in there.
That's
It's
very
in there.
encouraging.
Yeah. Um, yeah, because sometimes we feel like as parents, we can be hitting our heads against the wall, like,
No, right?
yeah, yeah. Is it getting through to them? Yeah, yes, 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 yes. And he wants to share that. I mean, he's proud of all his children, but he's proud of your son. He wants to let you know, let him know that he is proud of him. I feel he's sharing like there's an entrepreneur spirit with your son. Sharing like wanting to go on his own. That's what he's sharing. Like there's an
Hmm.
entrepreneur spirit within him. Uh, I feel he's was a lot more courageous in that sense. I feel like he's sharing than he was as far as that
That
entrepreneur spirit,
that my
wanting to
husband
go.
was
Yes,
more
yes.
entrepreneurial.
No, that I felt like he wasn't as much, and I feel that he finds his son, or it's either he's like his father, but I'm getting a sense that his son is more so than he was.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
that he is encouraging him to follow more of his passion than, than listening to the naysayers of this is not going to do, this is not going to work. However, the naysayers, not to listen to the naysayers. And he keeps on saying he wants to thank you. Keeps on saying thank her, thank her, thank her, thank you for being the pillar of strength, especially towards the end. Um, I feel he's sharing like you had to piece all the puzzles together. Would you understand that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I do. Yeah.
Okay, so in saying that, I feel like it's so interesting. Your mother's trying to nudge her way through.
Oh,
Your
okay.
mother, yes. And it's interesting about that because she wouldn't be that way in life. And if
No,
they're joking, they're joking.
it's true.
Like she's nudging and he's like, okay, I'll step aside, but that's not who she was
It's so
in life.
true. That's so
Yeah.
accurate.
So
Yes.
yeah. And he's like allowing her because she never was that way.
It's
So he
funny.
has
They seem to
a
be hanging
time.
out together a lot.
And I gotta tell you, they're both two good-looking people.
Yes, that's
And
very
they were.
true. Yes.
Like they're really in this lifetime they were very, and
Yeah.
of course we're all beautiful souls and things like that, but they um what do you want to say? It's interesting, like she wanted to come in, but she's very soft and coming forward. There are it's interesting how they want to mention. I feel that she is and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you have certain items of her. Do you have a scarf of hers? Okay,
Something
thank you.
very close to that.
Okay, okay, like an Afghan, oh, not an Afghan, but like
It's
something.
a shawl. It's a
A
shawl.
shawl. Okay, okay. I saw it big,
Yes. Yeah.
but yes. Like she's pointing to my scarf, and I'm like, okay, what is that? And then I
Yeah.
saw like a blanket Afghan. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you. It was a bit in between, and hmm. And I always try to have it grounded and not be so ethereal, but I feel once again, Tamara, is that when you wear that, it's like a hug. I feel like it's a hug from your mom. And and she also wants to express the times that she wished she would have been there. And and also it's just because she wasn't there doesn't mean she didn't love you any less. It was circumstantial. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. And it's just expressing, I'm so emotional, like expressing their love. That Afghan is like her embracing you and wanting to embrace you and show you how much she loved you and the opportunities that she held back and not expressing that. And she just wants to let you know that how much she loves you. I feel her expression of love was gift giving. Would you understand that? I feel like when she gave you a gift, that's how she expressed, like she would really, there would be,
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That was her
yeah,
love
because
language.
you're
Her
showing
love
me a
language.
gift. Yeah. And I feel like she would, the sense that she's bringing forth is that she wish she had expressed it more physically with you.
Oh, yeah.
So there would be no doubt that she loved you. And going back to your youngest child, at that fork in the road, I don't know. She's sharing me now. She wanted to go there and she's there with all your children, but especially her. I think it's like either grad school, like where to go.
I
What
totally,
college?
yeah.
Okay, what college to
Well,
go to? Like what's the best out in like and she's there like to also to support her and to guide her through that process as well. Would you understand that? Like, I feel like it's school related or
I,
something similar to that, if it's not
I
that.
I think I understand it, and it's and
Okay.
I can
Okay.
explain
Thank
it
you. Thank you.
afterward. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, oh, yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's a golden nugget.
Okay. Thank you. I saw 333, by the way, after that.
They're there with you.
Yeah. And yeah, there's like, I feel that there wasn't, she wasn't around her grandchildren as often. I feel like there's a distance there. Would you
That's
understand
true.
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Mhm. I feel like there's a definitely a more of a it's interesting like the younger child there seems like it's a closer and then there's a distance between the eldest one. Would you understand that? Like there wasn't maybe as much contact or was it the reverse? Like there's like I feel like she was a little more present in their lives, but it was circumstantial, I feel. Um, or that, okay, I'll just leave that there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to get a sense of what it is and what she's feeling, but she definitely loves all of you.
I understand.
And
Yeah.
let's see if I can bring, do you?
Oh,
Okay,
well, I
thank you.
understand a space. You were saying there's a space between, like, so I think I
Oh, okay.
understand what she's talking about. Yep.
Trying to talk. Okay, okay, thank you. And they brought me to, I don't know, September. I don't know, September is very significant. Right.
September is a significant date,
September.
month. Yep.
Okay, thank you. And when I saw that, they gave me doves, like doves. Yeah. So maybe that's a symbol for me. It's either someone's passing on September or, it wasn't balloons, but I'll just leave it there. But I see doves. I'm trying to,
Okay.
uh, but maybe that's not it. I just see doves. And they showed
Okay.
me. Maybe peace around that, peace around. I'm
Ah,
going to leave their love. I'm running short on time. Your mother
okay.
and your husband's love.
Wow,
Light.
Joanne, that was awesome. And it was, I mean, everything was really different from anything, any other time, the skiing. I mean, because he just wanted to show you who he was, I think.
Yeah.
I'm the scarf and skiing guy.
But the season pass, come on.
And that's what I was getting ready to say, but you didn't know about season passes.
No, no.
So, and Lake Champlain is really, I think that's a nod. It's a nod to a cousin.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
So that's like nodding to him because, that's absolutely, yeah. Um, Interesting about hospitalization, middle daughter, because this is actually my oldest, um, my eldest daughter, because I went to visit them last weekend. Was that last weekend? And I went on Friday night and she was fine. And then all of a sudden she had this episode and ended up in ER, in the emergency room, like with an ambulance taking her away.
kidding.
So it turned out, a few hours later they were able to, let her go. But yeah, she had just had this funky thing. And so, that's super evidential because also she's the one with the granddaughter. I
Hmm.
mean, with the daughter, that's my granddaughter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So she's the one who's got the granddaughter. You mentioned granddaughter right on the heels of that. So I knew hospital, granddaughter, and I absolutely was like holding her and thinking, it's a shame he can't be here and,
And he was.
be taking part. And yeah,
And he
yeah,
was.
yeah,
Wow.
yep. And the shooting star sign. Butterfly sign, I'm not sure about, but shooting star sign. And you know how with these signs, you can't just go, oh, it's got to be a shooting star. You have to think more
Yeah.
broadly, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, I pull 3 cards every day. Yes, well, I've started
I
again.
think the symbol for me now, the going forward, is a butterfly because I don't like doing the ethereal things. It's a sign for me. I've been getting those lately, so yeah,
Well,
yeah.
this is what's interesting. This is one of the things I pulled yesterday.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
you can't see it.
okay, can't see it.
It's the star.
Oh,
Oh, it's the
okay.
star.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a star, and but it goes up and it looks like a shooting star because of the way the stars are like. And so I think he's like drawing my attention to look next to you. You'll see what I'm talking about. So, let's
I love
see.
that.
One step away, a sense of strong connection with him now. Yep, yep, yep. I feel that. Oh, the milestone. Fork in the road. Okay, she can't go wrong. This is really awesome. Fork in the road, and it has to do with education or school, something like that.
Mhm.
The second daughter, which I think you even said, youngest, Um, they were just deciding about whether to buy a house, like sell their house and buy one. And the whole reason is because of their son and wanting good schools. And so
Okay.
that's the school. And so they've done it. They just did it this past week. In fact, they signed the P&S last night.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, so that's why that's the main reason they're moving. And so
Okay.
so that was spot on. Uh and my son, let's see. That's interesting about my son maybe wanting to do something on his own. Um, I could see that. I don't know it yet, but it may be something that's percolating.
Mhm.
Um,
You know, this
uh,
is not like linear, like, timeline, like they tell it and it could happen 10 years down the road,
that's right. That's right, because there's no linear time
Yeah.
there.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
awesome. Then I love that my mother came in because they do seem to be hanging out together a little bit here. So it's really fun. It's really been fun. And the shawl is like another gold nugget because there are only like, I don't know, three or four things that when my sister and I were saying, well, what would you like? And I was like, okay, well, I'd really like this shawl. And so that came in another time with somebody totally different, a totally different group, this
Oh,
shawl. And so I will think of it as a hug when I wear it. And thank you for the messages about that she wishes she had kind of been more present. I get that. Gift giving, absolutely. That was her love language. That's how you showed love by what you're giving somebody. Let's see. Oh, the space between kids. What I was thinking is that because they've been talking about the kids, I have two, and then there's a space, and then
Mm.
my youngest. So I
Okay.
think that she might have been kind of
Yeah,
indicating
because I
that.
couldn't quite figure out what she was trying to refer to. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it could have been that, and then September is a significant month, and for a couple of reasons, and who knows, could be again, and maybe we just don't know yet.
Mm.
hmm,
So,
okay.
so who knows? Maybe I'll have another grandchild. Um,
Ah, oh.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So the baby was born in September. Is that
yes,
okay?
the
Oh,
granddaughter was born, as was my daughter, the one who
Okay.
is who birthed her or
oh,
bore her.
okay.
So they're both September babies.
Oh, okay.
And who knows, maybe there'll be September, October, November, December. But we'll see. Maybe there'll be
Yeah.
another September, you know.
So I guess the doves were symbolizing peace, love,
Could
that's
be, yeah,
hmm
yeah.
okay. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, I love that. I mean, that's such wonderful proof that, they're all around there when they're talking about, the hospital, granddaughter, it's like so it was like I think you were thinking it was the second daughter, but I mean, that's so trivial. I mean, the
Uh-huh.
important part is they're talking about the hospital and my granddaughter. Yeah, so
Yes,
that was her mother,
yes,
so
yes, yes,
you
yes.
know, so it's easy to um, to not know exactly which one, but I mean, that's pretty amazing evidence, you know.
Yeah. I just knew that she had blonde,
Spot
lighter
on.
hair, blonde hair,
Yeah, she's got lighter hair than her
lighter hair.
sister.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's all I know. Spirit just gives me a
Yeah.
little twinge of something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
thank you
So,
for taking
gosh,
that.
awesome reading.
I,
Awesome.
Joanne, that was you just like knocked that one right out of the park, you know. And gosh, where do we even start with something like that? But I just want to say for the benefit of our YouTube audience, this is, I think, the first time on this channel that we've ever had a reading where the spirits have talked about so much that is going on currently in the sitter's life. Because, like Tammy, you said, okay, this baby was born, you know,
Yeah, she's only 8 weeks old.
8 weeks old. Okay, all right. And then there's all this other stuff, happening that just goes to show that, they're watching over us. And Tammy's husband wanted to be there, or was with her, hugging her while that baby was born in the hospital, which is jaw-dropping. And it, Joanne, that was
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt the emotion like, oh my goodness. It was
Oh
beautiful when you
God.
can feel how much love there is and how much the longing, just all of it, it was just so beautiful.
Yeah,
Wow.
and also to just to be make sure it's clear, um, she was in the hospital, what, 2 months ago to deliver the baby, but she was just in the hospital last weekend.
Yeah. And I
So
as a medium, it's not like we're like having a we have to
it's right, not direct dial. No,
I wish,
I know. We wish it was.
that way I would have been able to distinguish the two, but spirit knows how to give the information,
Absolutely.
how we're able to deliver it, and the sitter can take it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it was so unexpected. It was like, oh my gosh, she was fine 1 minute, the next minute, this is happening. And so,
Mm.
and I just want to say there was one thing I forgot. You said he that he thanked me for being the pillar of strength, especially towards the end. He had to put the puzzle pieces together. And it's true because he didn't really understand what was going on. It was like, what is going on? And so he
Mm.
had to kind of piece it together like, oh, that's what's happening.
Mm.
I'm going to transition.
Oh,
And so, um, yeah, so I think that's what he means too by putting the puzzle pieces together.
Mm.
Yeah.
jeez. Wow, Joanne. That was phenomenal. Oh
Yeah. Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, it sure was. And you just know they're still like
Oh yeah.
thriving on, wherever they are in another dimension or.
Yeah, I think spirit.
I'm gonna ask the technical question here now, okay? Because you said when Tammy's husband came in, you said, I have your husband, and then you've actually talked on previous episodes about spirits changing, and you've said, that you feel a different energy coming in. But how
Mhm.
did you know that the first spirit was her husband and the second spirit was her mother? Specifically, how
Yeah,
did you know
well,
that?
for me, it's like they're two different people. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
how
yeah,
did you
yes,
know who they
I
were?
know.
Not
Like,
some random man and woman. How did you know
because
that?
I see, because I see in my mind's eye a female, the
Yeah,
energy's different. And I saw him like talking, but there was a weaning, like an information. And then I felt her, like she came right in,
yeah,
but it
but
wasn't a, but it
you've
wasn't
never
like get
seen it.
out of the way, but it wasn't like get out of the way. It was just her energy came in softly.
That's
And
so
they like
true.
had a conversation, and I felt like she wasn't that like a forceful person. And he would take up the presence, like if in life, like she would step back, but
Yeah.
I felt like he allowed it and she came
Yeah,
forward. Yeah.
but and I understand what you're talking about. You felt the difference in the
Uh-huh.
energy, but how did you know that the male was her husband and the female was her mother? Okay, because correct me if I'm wrong, you've never met either of these
No,
people.
no, no.
So
But
how did you know that that was her husband and mother?
well, first I can, sort of have a clairvoyance, so I know it's a male. I can
Yeah,
see the line, I can see a dark hair. I and he has male energy,
right.
and also um
But she knows a lot of males.
yeah, but um when I give a prayer, I want to have specific, meaningful information for the sitter, right? But I knew it was because he shares, this is my husband. Like I knew it was her connection. Like I knew it.
Oh, he
Right?
told you.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
he
And
told
I
you.
knew, like
Okay.
I
Okay.
needed, and I was sort of, when you have those in the very beginning when you're connecting, I'm like, well, you need to give me some information. And just for the audience, I've brought him before, but I needed to know different information if he's going to come forward. And
Yeah.
because in for myself as a medium, I want to get out of my head, but I also want to allow spirit to give me new information for the sitter so that she
Right.
will know that it's him, right? Because if it's just general information, there's a lot of people go scheme, right? But
Mhm.
but I needed to really bring forward who he was as a person so that the sitter understands who he is.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
can say, oh, they like fishing. There's a lot of people like fishing, but it's like, give me more because the
Okay.
sitter needs to understand that this is really you. And then as far as the mom, like the energy was different. I could see the outline of her. And I feel like she also had like similar hairstyle to you, Tamara, like a bob. Yeah. And I saw the outline of her.
Mm.
And when she was younger, she had bob. And then anyway, it's interesting because I know they were good looking people too. Like
Yeah,
I get a sense of that.
very.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But it's
It's
kind of,
hard for me to understand. I mean, I don't know how I see it, I feel it, I know it, and it's hard for me to break it down even more.
yeah,
Like,
but you clarified like right in the beginning that
mm,
during your prayer, and for the benefit of our YouTube audience,
mm,
we do prepare,
mm,
going into these sessions, we meditate and we pray, to do a good job, in serving spirit, so what Joanne is saying here is that, she asked for that, okay, to be very clear in her prayer before before we even went on YouTube. So,
mhm,
okay, so that was something that happened prior, to this session.
mhm,
So,
mhm,
okay, good to know.
One last thing I want to add, another little nugget, the scarf, which was one of the first things you came in with, I think it was. I've been wearing, the scarves that you wrap around for winter. I've
Mhm.
been wearing my husband's
Oh,
because I like that
I didn't
color.
say that. I didn't say that. I was gonna say that, and I didn't because he immediately my scarf. For some
Yes,
reason, I wore a scarf today. You know, you girls, I never wear a scarf, but today I wore a scarf, and there was something wearing a scarf,
yes,
and I kept on referring to my scarf, and I didn't say that. I said there's a scarf, and then I got a tinge of that, and I'm like, okay, I didn't lean into it, but thank you
yeah.
for
Wow.
It's
for
this really pretty kind of like
it's a
uh
taupe, like a taupe color, like a
well,
brownish.
yeah, it's in that range. What would you call it?
Yes.
It's like a salmon-y but darker. I can't
Ooh,
think of yeah. Well, in a minute I'll go grab it and show it to you.
that's funny.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I got a
it's
feeling of that and I didn't share it, but
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
it's like a
a lesson.
uh,
Yeah.
burnt sienna, kind of you know, uh it's in the browns, but it's got some orangey in it.
At
Mm.
that. Jeez. So he's watching you wear a scarf.
Yes.
Cool. Wow. Oh gosh, Joanne.
Yeah.
Whew.
Oh, okay.
All
Oh,
right. Well, Tammy, are you feeling it?
Well, gosh, after all of that, we'll see. We will see. Um, yeah, I don't have a whole lot, but I do have a very lively woman here. And this woman shows me that she's, that's really funny. Okay. Oh, there was a name I got before, Jean or Jeannie. She kept saying, I'm Jeannie, Jeannie, Jeannie. So this woman, the first thing she shows me is, the old-fashioned hair dryers in the salons, that, would go over your head. So, we're back in like the 70s, 60s, 70s, and probably, earlier, obviously. So this woman, I feel she worked in a hair salon. And she seems to me that she would be, I do feel that she was somebody that either or you're like your mother or like knew, somewhat kind of regularly. Because I do feel that this isn't somebody who, you saw just every once in a while. I feel like there's some kind of a closeness, with her in terms of, okay, gossiping, she just said. Um, And I'm also being pulled to, and I just can't help being pulled to that movie with Reese Witherspoon where her friend works in the salon, and they do the bend and snap. And so, I'm being drawn to her, and I feel like this woman is also very lively. Like she reminds me of that woman, and I'm sure that's why I'm being taken to her as an acknowledgement. So I feel that um, I feel that she was very much she could really be a friend. How many, the women in that era, they saw these people, these people every week, and they knew a lot about their lives and they shared a lot. And I do feel that this is that type of situation. So let me just check in with both of you to see which one she's here for.
I know a genie that fits all of that, but as far as I know, she is living.
She is living.
As far
Okay.
as I know.
As
Yeah.
far as you know.
Yes.
And
Okay.
I know of a hairstylist, but I don't know if she's crossed over. Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So um, keep listening. And because I'm leaning towards Carol only because of the name, Jeannie. And so let me just back out and see who is here, perhaps giving me this information about Jeannie.
Mhm.
So let me just zoom out and okay. So okay. Do you do you know Jeannie well, Carol?
I do.
Do you know her father?
Yes.
I feel this is her father here for Jeannie.
Wow. Okay. Go ahead.
So I'm assuming that Jeannie's father is in spirit.
He is.
Okay. He's saying that she shouldn't feel worried and she shouldn't feel guilty about everything that happened before my passing.
Okay.
Everything was done that could be done. Oh, that's a funny phrase. There was no light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. So I'm not sure about that. I'm not even going to go there with my human brain. Well, we could sort that out after. She was like a shepherd leading the flock.
Yes, she was.
She did everything, anything and everything that could be done. I'm so proud of her.
Hmm.
I love her to bits. She's the light of my life. Please tell her for me that I'm here, I'm fine, things are good. I've reacquainted myself with so many.
No.
I feel like he's acknowledging an Aunt Barbara.
I don't know.
Okay, okay. Okay. Full trust here. I feel like he's acknowledging an Aunt Barbara and saying that she's just the same as she always was. I hope you'll let me know about these things after you find out.
Yeah.
Very curious. She was the stepping stone to a lot of things that happened and were supposed to happen. Everything was planned out and played out to perfection.
That makes sense.
Please know that we are all here right now, gathered around as I speak, We are immensely grateful for everything you do in your group.
Mhm.
We love that you see so clearly, and I do feel this is to the group. All that is around you and beyond. And please, please, please keep up the good work. I'll leave you now. Okay, so thank you very much to him for coming. So that's a message that's been happening actually recently, where I've had people coming in for messages. I had that yesterday with a client where it was a message for, I won't say the name, but the name, and she knew the name of the person, and that person actually called her 2 minutes after we finished our reading.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. Let me just see in the time, because I've got quite a bit of time here. So let's just see if there's anybody else here. Okay, I've got a very hi Bob. I mean, it's hi Bob, but I feel like his name is probably Bob, because he just goes hi Bob. And like, hi, I'm Bob. So I've been saying, please give me your name when you come in, hi Bob. And so he is a very up, energetically up, fun guy with just loads of energy. He just keeps smiling. He's got this really terrific smile. And I'm feeling that he's not a direct family relative. And I feel that he's kind of a little further out. So I feel that he's either somebody that you knew quite a while ago, or knew of. And let me just get a couple of other things here, and then I'll just check in. Okay. He's saying Bob, who kept kind of bopping along, doing his own thing. I marched to the beat of a different drummer. I'm just gonna, I feel like I want to stop there and just check to see if either of you understand Bob. You do, Joanne.
Yes. So,
Okay.
yes, not a direct relative. And I heard stories of him.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay. That's what he said. So you'll understand that there would be a reason for all of these stories, because, like he was a fun guy, and I feel like his energy is still around. There's an interesting feeling of his energy still being around and with people.
Mm.
That kind of the light that he brought is still there with people. And they tell stories about him, like, oh, Bob, remember Bob did that? Kind of feeling about him. Bear with me just a minute as I work with him a little bit. Okay. Would you would you have heard a story of him um, dressing up for something? I feel like he's in a costume.
No, but I have to recall, I have a little tinge of memory of someone had posted something on Facebook, but I don't.
I'm feeling very strongly he was in like a hula skirt.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. So hold on to that idea. And okay, he's also showing me, and this is um, so if you only know of him, I'm afraid that some of these things you're not going to be able to verify, but I'll give a few of the things, and then uh, we'll go from there. But he's also showing me kind of behind a bar mixing drinks, and so he's like got a shaker going, and I feel that I feel this is a gathering. I don't feel that he's doing this as a job. I feel that it's a party, and I feel that his energy is very much um, quick. Like he's a quick, bright mind because he's very quick with the way he thinks, and um, yeah, his mind just works very quickly, and he's a very good host. And I feel that he can keep everybody entertained and happy very easily, kind of all at once.
Hmm.
Would this be something you would have understood about things you've heard about his personality?
It's interesting because I think of, okay, so I think of it would be his nephew who's all, I think named after him, and he's that way as well.
Okay, okay. So, all right. So, and his nephew is living?
Yeah.
Okay, so this must be a message for his nephew. Okay, and is his nephew's name Bob as well
Mhm.
then? Okay, from Bob to Bob. Okay, bobbing along. That's why he's okay. Gotcha. Thank you. Okay. Okay, and so you would understand that his nephew is a very quick thinker,
Mhm.
very sharp. He just gets concepts really quickly, quick responder, like he would have a good quick comeback for
Mhm.
anything.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, Party guy, I want to say, like enjoys a good party, great
Yeah.
host, you know,
Yeah.
he'd be in there doing shaker and pouring the drinks and get silly. I'm really feeling that he's very comfortable getting silly.
Yeah.
He's nobody that would stand back just because they'd be a little too insecure or like, what will people think? He's like, no, I'm all out there. I'm
I- maybe after having a few drinks.
gotcha. Okay, that's why he's showing the costume after the drinks. Okay. All right. Thank you. So, um, let me work with Bob Senior to see what he'd like to pass along to Bob Junior. Okay. He's talking about Bob Junior pouring over research of a different kind.
Hmm.
He's got his head in the book all the time about this, and he's really making some progress. And I feel that Bob Senior also had a sense of humor because he said, I'm around him and I would love to help, but this is all beyond me. So I do feel that um, just the way he said that, it just shows a really comfortable, just like comfortable in their own skin, the two of them. So you could check with Bob maybe on that, Bob Jr. about that. And and so his father is talking about how we always hope that children will go on ahead of us and do better than we did. And so he's acknowledging that, and he wants his son to know that he's, he's surpassed his father, and how proud that makes his father, that he's surpassed things that he feels he was able to do, and he brings up accomplishments as well. Um, I'm getting the sense that Bob hasn't settled down. Would you know if it's hard to tell whether he's meaning settled down, like settled down within himself because he's, uh, Mr. Fun, or whether he's talking about settling down like with a family because his father is talking about that he wouldn't mind if he settled down. So does Bob have a family yet?
Mhm.
He does. Okay, so he must be talking about settling down, kind of um, maybe being less preoccupied is the word he just gave me. Less preoccupied with other things. He's suggesting that he focuses more on his family, spend time with them. They're precious gifts in life. And I want you to know that I'm here. I'm here and I'm around you, but not nosy. So again, there is an interesting, kind of um, nice relationship with some humor in it, between the two of them. That they kind of they had a nice relationship that way where they could kind of kid each other, comfortably and kind of low key kidding each other. Um, but also it's kind of as though they could kid each other about things they felt were serious, but deliver it in a gentle manner or kind of a slightly humorous manner, but that it was sincere. Are these things that you think you'll be able to pass on to Bob? Would he be open?
We'll see.
Okay. 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 So,
Yeah.
let me just see if Bob Senior has any final.
And this is his uncle.
Oh, this is his uncle. Okay, his uncle. This is his uncle who's in, and not his father. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, that kind of makes more sense about the joking and things than, the kind of that comfortable joking. Okay, let me just bear with me 1 minute.
And they were both, I believe, well, the one I know is very funny, and I believe the other one was funny as well.
Okay, okay, because it does seem like they've got this kind of fun humor,
Hmm.
ribbing, a little ribbing, but like, let me deliver a serious message, but I'm going to deliver it with some
Humor.
humor,
Hmm.
so that it can be taken,
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, so let me just see. Okay, thank you. Okay. I know this information. Your daughter does ballet, is that right?
Hmm.
He just wants to acknowledge her because he's showing me a young woman doing turns, like ballet type turns. And
Hmm.
he says, beautiful. And that's all,
Hmm.
it's so because I was suggesting, could you give me something around Joanne, that's more personal. And so he just showed me like someone doing turns, ballet,
Hmm.
and then he just said, beautiful.
Hmm.
So I'm going to leave you with, well, I do have a little bit more time, but unless you moved the clock forward or, you gave me more time,
I
Carol.
did. Yep, I
Okay.
did.
Bear with me 1 minute. Let's just see
Sure.
if
Mhm.
for one more thing, if he
Yep.
can.
Sure.
Okay. Have you been doing some kind of in your art, something that's just circles? He's going circles, circles, circles. Either in your art, or is there any reason you're making circles? Circles, circles,
Hmm.
circles.
Maybe, I don't, Zantangle, like the last thing I did. It's like different patterns in art that I just recently had done with friends.
Okay, okay. Because I was really hoping that he could give me something to show that he's around you. So that's what he just kept saying, circles, circles, circles. So I'll leave you with that as a last communication that he's around you and he's
Right.
around Bob and
I can see why he would be around Bob because that's his nephew.
yes, okay,
Yeah.
good. All right.
Okay, so this
Thank
is
you.
really interesting. So Uncle Bob, I heard stories from my mother-in-law. So that's my mother-in-law's brother.
Okay.
I've never met him. but I heard stories of him. And unconventional, meaning he did his things the right way. And being that we're live, I mean, he didn't make the best business decisions. Let's put it that way. Um, but I hear that he was the life of the party and he was very funny. And who he's referring to is his nephew, which is my husband's brother, Bobby. We call him Bobby, Bob. And he is also very witty, funny, and but I don't know all this other stuff that you had given me as far as what's going around him
Mhm,
because
mhm.
he lives in another state and he is my husband's brother. So, I know sort of, but not a whole lot. Um, but definitely the humor thing kept on going because my brother's, my husband's brother is very funny, very funny. So
Okay.
he always has me in stitches. Like he's really funny and he's a great host. And he's not aware of it, but he is definitely an empath. I know it.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, yeah. Um, so very can pick up. That's how he's a very great host. He knows what other people need, what
Mhm,
meets their needs. The message, though, I don't know. Maybe it was more. He is part of his family. He's very involved with his family. Um, but maybe it's something that he's internally struggling. I don't know.
mhm.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So I don't know how I can actually deliver this unless I just tell him to listen to this live. And then,
Oh, true, true. That or how
right?
about I'd be very curious to know about is he researching something? Is he I don't remember exactly now the words that were used
Hmm.
by
I would know
Bob.
that. Yes.
So if you could, is there anything that you've been researching lately that you're really interested in? And it's always I had the weirdest dream. I had this dream you were really interested in something and you're really diving in. And was that true? I don't know.
Yeah.
So because it'd be very curious to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. And I guess I'll eventually give you feedback if I find out anything.
Yeah, please do. Yeah,
I
please
know,
do.
but thank you for sticking to it though, especially when I couldn't validate a lot of it because I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and I figured, well, they're here and
Yeah.
often
You're
often
here.
often it'll become clear later. So,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And
or
I'm
sometimes.
looking forward to sort of like looking through Facebook pictures if they posted about the hula skirt or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please let me know.
All right, I'll give you feedback on Jeannie. Okay.
Okay.
And that was just kind of interesting because she was always known as Jeannie. She was my babysitter when I was 3 years old, a neighbor's daughter. Okay. And her father is in spirit, but our families have just kind of like a peculiar relationship. Okay. Because we knew each other when we were so young.
Mm,
Okay. And we had that kind of like neighbor relationship that if one called on the other, you would go to the wall for that person, literally.
okay.
Okay.
Wow.
As the years have gone by, we've gone in different directions and whatnot. But the minute to this day, decades later, okay, if one family calls the other one, we are right there,
Oh, that's so
and
great.
yeah, and they are just wonderful people. And I have to tell you, her dad was a first timer. That's the first time.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And I'm surprised that like he communicated as clearly as he did, but he was talking about Jeannie being like a shepherd leading the flock. Okay, that is so true. That's just her perfectly. And he gave the message that he's fine and he's reunited with everybody up there, which I'm going to convey to them. I don't know who their Aunt Barbara is, but they had an enormous Catholic family with like 100 cousins. So it wouldn't surprise me, okay, if there was and Aunt Barbara there at all? Okay. Um, and it was good. It was good to hear that, they're immensely grateful for what we do, because what we do is we give them the voice, so
Yes.
that they can be heard, here on earth. But Tammy, I actually have kind of like I'm going to throw an idea out to you. And so this person, my babysitter's father, is not part of, like, should we say, like, my immediate universe, my family.
Right.
Okay. And this was the same with the spirit that you brought in with Joanne. This was her husband's brother's uncle. Is that correct, Joanne? Which
It
is
does.
pretty far out. So what do you think? Like, why would they come in and talk to us? You have any thoughts on that?
Well, I do, because I was thinking about this, because literally yesterday that same thing happened where before the person she was really hoping to come in for, who then, I asked, who would you like to hear from? Somebody came in to give this other person a message. And I really feel like the more we're open, the whole idea of what we do is facilitating communication between, that dimension and our dimension. And so I think that anytime we're more open to it could possibly be, especially if it's a name coming in, then I think it's much more difficult to do that if you don't have the name and then you're just describing this person. Well, gosh, it's going to be much harder because they can't think of who it is. It's not, or maybe they never knew them personally. And so, but when they come in with the name like that, and they've got a message and they give you the name, this is the person I want you to give this message to. I think it serves, just even a larger purpose because it's not limiting it just to who that recipient knows.
Right.
They can get messages, and I can see maybe they're saying, hey, do you have a message? There's this reading that's happening today. And they come forward and say, can you get this message to her for me or to him for me? And so but it also means that the recipient has to be more open and understand that sometimes messages aren't just for you. They're trying to communicate as best they can. Just imagine if we're over there and we're thinking, we know somebody's having a reading and they are somehow connected to somebody. It's like, hey, oh, I've got a message. Tell them this, that, or the other thing. Um,
Deliver the letter.
yeah,
The
can you get
sooner the
this to
better.
them for me?
Oh, and I want to mention also, Tamara, so when you mentioned my daughter and he mentioned that, he's just letting me know that obviously he's in my energy field because my daughter is home today from her,
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, university.
gotcha.
So,
Okay,
uh, yeah, and she wouldn't normally be here. And it's my oldest daughter.
okay, okay,
Who
okay,
was a former ballerina. So yeah.
okay. Yeah, and he just said beautiful. So
Yeah, I think so too.
yeah,
But again, it's my daughter.
yeah.
But this is why I think, when, for the benefit of our YouTube audience, if you're being read, um, I know I personally had this experience where I brought in a spirit and given very specific information, and then the the person I'm reading will say, "Well, why would he come in and talk to me?" you know, Obviously they're there for a reason. Let's find out what it is, but don't discount the fact, that somebody who you're not thinking of still may come in through you just because you're more open to the idea
Mhm.
than the person they really want to talk to, you
And I
know?
do feel just you mentioning that the person I feel is asking for guidance,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so they're getting it. And
Oh,
if we
that's
delay the
interesting.
information, they'll be receiving that guidance from their loved ones.
That's really interesting. So that what you're saying, Joanna, so that the person for whom there is a message are really kind of reaching out saying, gosh, what should I do? What should I do? Or how do I deal with this? And so they're coming in saying, here's how you can. Can you
Yeah,
pass this on? I see. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
because we're open.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. We answer our phones, whereas other people don't.
Yeah. That's true.
What it
Yeah,
is.
One
and
ringy
we have
dingy. One ringy dingy. Two dingy ringy. Ringy dingy.
Gee whiz.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
All right, I'm going to see if I can grab a spirit here. Let's see who I can come up with. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I'm becoming aware of the presence of a man who feels to me to be like, I'll clarify this in a bit, but he feels like he's either a lower level politician or he's involved in government work of some sort because I feel him surrounded by government red tape is what I feel. And when I lean into him more, uh, I want to say that he has been like this his whole life. This takes a special kind of person to put up with this craziness. That's what I'm gonna say. I have a short fuse. I would not be able to put up with this, but this guy can actually, um, should we say, navigate regulations, rules, rattle them off just like this, and be in compliance with what is required of him. Um, and and he's okay working like that, which is interesting to me. But I'll stop here and ask if anyone is recognizing any aspects of, this man so far. Not yet. Okay. Let me
Well,
lean.
I'm listening to, yeah,
Are you okay? What
could be,
elements?
could be.
What elements of this can you take,
I
Tammy?
can understand the politics, acknowledgement of politics and the red tape. And he would have been very easygoing with kind of dealing with that kind of stuff, that
Yeah,
kind of
with
temperament.
that stuff, and it doesn't bother him. Okay. All right. Let me lean into him a bit more and see if I can feel. Okay. So he feels further out to me
Yep.
this
Yep.
way. Okay. So not
Mhm.
family. Um, but I also feel um, a second connection to money. Would that make sense? That if you have a, but let me dig into that.
Yeah, I would kind of understand that.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird thing. I want to go there and see what this money thing is. Uh, and it's funny because like I don't feel like he is the one with the money, but I feel like
I understand that.
he deals with people who have money. The money people are off to the side more than anything. And I almost feel like he has to, like they assist him somehow, or he relies on them. Would you understand that?
Hmm. Um, Probably. Yeah, I think I would understand that.
Yeah, this is it's sort of weird because it does not feel like the thing that goes on in my mind is like, are these people customers? And I don't feel like that they're quite
They
customers.
wouldn't be. No, they
Yeah,
wouldn't
okay.
be. They
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
be. Mm-mm.
yeah, but it's that kind of relationship, that he
Yep.
has to almost kind of influence them, okay, to, or convince them to bring money in. All right, let's see where he's. Okay. Would you know anything about his personal life if I go down that road?
Yep.
You do? Okay. All right. I feel like he was a married man.
Yes.
Hence, okay. And he's showing me a woman with um shorter. brown hair. Okay. Is that it? Did his wife have brown hair? Do you know?
Yeah, dark brown.
Yeah. Okay. Um, do you know her well enough that if I get information about her, uh,
Yeah, I would know some things.
you know some things about her? Okay. She feels like all business to me. You know, she's kind of edgy, but we want to. And I feel like she had a career outside of the house. Would you understand that about her?
I don't think so.
No?
I
Okay.
don't think
All
so.
right. Tell me why you're showing me this. Okay. Okay. Would she have served in a volunteer capacity?
She probably did. She
Okay.
probably
All
did.
right. I think
Yeah.
this is what I'm feeling. You know, but I don't feel like she stayed home. Uh, I get the sense that they kind of butted heads in their marriage. Would you know?
I'm they might have I'm not sure about.
Don't know. Okay, I won't go down that road then.
Okay.
All right. But they traveled together.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
They probably did butt heads here and there, I would have thought.
okay. Yeah, they're getting a little bit of friction there, but I want to go down this
Mm.
travel road. And I feel like the travel was they went out of the country.
Yeah.
I understand that. Okay, I'm seeing
Yeah.
passports.
Yeah.
Passports. Okay. You know, it's okay. I'm just going to say what I feel like. I feel like the woman wore the pants in the family, but the man gave the impression that he wore the pants in the family.
I could see that as being the case. Yeah. I could see that.
It's really weird. Okay. She's a toughie. All right. Let's see what we see about her. Would you happen, if I go down this road, would you be able to verify how they met?
Oh, yes, I would. I would be able to verify
Okay.
that.
All
I
right.
mean, I'd have to ask. I'd have to
Okay.
ask. 'Cause I
Oh,
don't
okay.
totally
Right. And that
remember.
works too. That's
Mhm.
actually an interesting way to get evidence. Okay. But I feel like they met like at college or at like a college surrounding or college years, something like this. Okay. And then they got married and um, you know, but they were older than like in their 20s when they got married rather than their late teens, is what I'm feeling. Let's see what else
I
we can.
think that's probably right. I knew how they met, but I don't remember it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I
Yeah,
can find
I
out.
feel like I feel like it's got like a uh, something to do with like those college years and how they met. Let's see what else. Did she have an interest in horses that you know of?
I I don't know that. I don't know.
Okay. All right. We'll set that.
Not that I know of,
Okay.
but
All right. We'll set it to the
it
side.
could have been something when she was younger.
Well, yeah, she's showing me like what is that? I think that's the English style of riding where they have the helmet and the
Yeah.
jacket and the the pants and the boots and this kind of stuff. And
Yeah, that could be.
okay,
I can
yeah,
find out.
okay. And I also see books in their home. Were they readers?
Yes.
Where okay,
Yeah.
big readers. but I feel like his reading in particular, okay, he read, uh, what am I going to say, like more nonfiction. She read more fiction.
I would
Would you?
understand that. Yep.
Okay. All right. Completely different styles. Did they have a daughter?
Yes. Mm,
Okay. Talking about the daughter. Let's see
okay.
what this. Okay. Getting the initial A around the daughter. Is their name start with A that you know of?
Hers doesn't, but I'm trying to remember if there's
Okay.
somebody around her with an A. I can't remember it right this second, but
Okay. All right. Let's see what the daughter's going to say. Okay. Talking about this girl. Um, did the girl have a relationship with a man that they were not happy about that you know of?
oh, that I don't know.
Okay.
That I wouldn't know.
Give me something different then. But I feel like the daughter was smart. Um,
Very,
you know,
very.
yeah, she's like way up there. Um, he's showing me that she had continuing education. She went through like college and beyond. Okay,
Yes.
college and beyond. Okay. Uh, he's proud of her. Okay. Um, did she have a child that you know of?
A child?
Child, yeah.
Yes.
She had a child, okay, and that's a boy.
Yes.
Okay, he's a boy. Okay. Okay, so there's so many different people involved with this guy. So I'm going to go back and say that my communicator here is the mystery man with the kind of like feels like a low-level politician or government worker. And he's actually talking about this baby who would be his grandson.
Yeah.
Then,
Okay.
correct. Okay. All right. This must be the day for being proud of babies. Okay. But he's absolutely thrilled about this child. Okay. And boy, is this weird. Okay, because this does not fit this guy at all. Okay, but it's like he's picked up like these handful of glitter and just gone like this and tossed it up in the air, and it's coming down in sparkles. But I think the visual there is that he's like bestowing blessings on that boy.
Hmm.
Um, was the boy named after him?
No.
Okay.
I don't know if it would be for a middle name or anything, but
But
I,
I'm was
but I
just going to
don't think
say, I
so.
think it's a middle name.
Yeah, and I don't
Maybe.
know.
Okay. Um, okay. He's giving me the number three. Is the boy about three?
Uh, no,
No.
no.
Okay. All right. Maybe I shouldn't try to.
You see number three.
Okay. Yeah. Got the number three there. Let's see. Three. Oh, maybe three in her family, in the daughter's family. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to set that to the side. Move on.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so he's talking about this little boy inheriting his mother's brains. Okay. And does he go to, are you aware of some sort of special like education arrangement with him, like a private school or something like this?
Oh, interesting.
He's talking about how smart this boy is. I'm going to dig into this. Uh, Ooh, geez. Okay, so he's going down like the road of robotics and things like this. And so what he's saying is that the daughter's son, his grandson, um, has like the brains to do very well in science. Okay, and he wants he wants his daughter to give that child, okay, um, stronger education than what he's getting right now. Okay, you know, give him more educational support so that he can reach his potential. Oh, I love that coming in and, you know, putting your 2 cents in. And he's starting to step back here. Okay. So, and I don't feel like a great amount of like love for you or anything, Tammy, here. I think this was another one of these things where somebody has come in with a message for somebody else, that they're asking Tammy to deliver. Okay. And I'm just going to leave it with light and love. And thank you for letting me serve spirit. Woo!
Yeah, interesting. Interesting. I
Okay.
I I think who you had here was he would be a relative by marriage, but like out, like
Yeah,
an,
exactly.
an uncle. So he was either an uncle or a cousin. I'd have to think of how that works, but on my husband's side,
Mhm.
so um politics. It actually wasn't low level. He was actually under which administration? He was attorney general or assistant attorney general
Oh, woo!
under
Okay.
under Carter, maybe? I can't remember which one. Might have been
Okay.
Carter. I
Okay.
would have to look it up.
Okay.
But that would be his personality that, like the red tape and that he just seemed like an easygoing guy, like that he would be able to deal with those things. Um, Definitely married. His wife, I think the money part, I think what it was is that her family came from money.
Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah, it was coming from the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I think that's what that was about. She probably did do volunteer work because I just can't imagine her having just, kind of sat at home doing nothing. So, not that, at home parents do nothing, but yeah. So, let's see what else. I'm sure they traveled together out of the country because they were, well-traveled people. Um, mm, I know they met very young.
Hmm.
When they ultimately married was probably in their 20s,
Okay.
but I do remember a story about when he first saw her. And, like, I think she was quite young, like
Oh,
maybe like even 13, like, but he
oh,
wasn't much older. Maybe he was 15 or 16, and like met her, but it wasn't
uh,
until, later that they then dated. So that kind of story stays in my head because I remember thinking, gosh, that is a long time.
yeah.
Um, and and they do have a daughter. I'll find out about the horses. He
Yeah.
definitely would have read more nonfiction.
Yeah.
And daughter, I don't remember the A right this minute, but let's see. About if she had a relationship with somebody they didn't like, before she met her husband.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely, let's see. Been talking about her daughter. Absolutely. She's got her doctorate.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
she's written books. She has a son. She actually has two sons who are now grown. And
Oh,
so, yeah, they're grown and they're not married, so there wouldn't be any like great grandchildren for this man. But I believe that one of them struggled with like some kind of learning disability. In fact, I'm sure he did. So one of this man who came in, one of his grandsons, had some kind of, and you alluded to that, like this, he's getting some kind of special education I think he might have been autistic.
Okay.
And so that would explain the robotics. When you were like robotics, I was like, okay, that would fit with
Yeah.
kind of the character sometimes, depending on
Oh,
the
boy, the
level,
detail.
the
Absolutely.
degree,
Okay.
of or how high on the spectrum. And
Interesting.
yeah, and might actually be doing some things in the sciences now,
Okay.
because he's probably in his mid 30s.
Okay.
Um, and so I'm pretty sure, and the reason he would be coming in, which made sense to me, I think he's come in once before, quite a long time ago. I thought, I have been sending healing every day to his son, because he has a daughter who we talked about.
Mhm.
I've been sending healing to his son and his son's wife every day,
Oh,
for the last month.
oh,
And so I think they feel that, they know what's going on. And so somehow that brings them closer. He didn't mention him today, but the fact that I feel that's why he came in,
okay.
is
Even though like he's
to be
way far out,
evidential.
you're still sending
Yeah,
healing to his son and he's picking that up. That's a great thought. Wow.
yeah, yeah. Somehow, like there's picking that up. And so he was just a really delightful guy. Just really his head and heart were, in the right places, and just a very loving person.
Yeah.
Very, very good grandfather, just,
I just can't believe he could deal with all that government stuff.
I know, right? Yeah, and he was way up there. I'm pretty sure it was Carter,
Oh, that was
administration.
hard for me to look at. It's just I have no patience for that kind of stuff. But bless his soul, he's pretty good at it. So you know,
Yeah,
we need
yeah,
all kind of people in this world, that's for sure.
yeah. So that was well done, because, um, I mean, I had a sense right away. I was like feeling like that was who it was, especially in politics, because I can't think of anybody else I know who was in politics, at all.
Right.
And who fits that, was able to deal with it, comfortably. I mean, yeah, I just wouldn't know anybody else.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, that was a
Yes,
great
thank you.
session, ladies. Okay, learned a lot today. I hope our YouTube audience had fun. We want to thank you guys for joining this morning in Circle. And I'm going to close this down with a prayer. If everyone would join me, please. Holy Father, Mother God, thank you for allowing us to come together today in service of spirit. Thank you for this gift of mediumship that you have given us, and allow us to use this precious gift to help others who need your healing and love. Bless our friends and loved ones and protect them from sickness and harm. Bring joy into the lives of people who have sorrow, health into the lives of people who have illness, and abundance to the lives of people who have little. Thank you for the lessons that you've given us today, and help us to continue to build a relationship with you that is based on love and trust. And always, please help us to be the lights that change this world for the better. Amen. All right. So thanks again for joining us. If you had fun this morning, please hit like and subscribe on the channel. You'll be notified of our every live stream. We're here every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking all things mediumship, and we hope to see you then.